Hello, everyone. Are you all able to hear me? Please, can you confirm on whether you're able to hear me or not? I am going to ask you all a question on whether you're able to hear me. It will be a poll question which is coming your way. Let me ask, are you all able to hear me? Yes or a no? Review and publish. Can you all please respond to this poll question? Wonderful. So a lot of you all are able to hear me. That's a wonderful news. And we shall get started now. Hello, everyone, and a warm welcome to the FDP program, which is Faculty Development Program on Artificial Intelligence and Deep Learning. And this program is provided to you in collaboration with TASK, Telangana Academy for Skill and Knowledge. I will introduce our company and I will introduce myself in a bit. But today we are joined by Mr. Srikanth Sinha, who happens to be the CEO of Telangana Academy for Skills and Knowledge. Mr. Srikanth, do we have you?
Yes, hi Bernie, this is Srikanth.
Yeah, hi, Mr. Srikanth. I would quickly like to introduce you, and then I will request you to, share your thoughts on this. So, Mr. Srikanth Sinha, prior to joining Task, has worked as CEO of NASCOM Foundation, which is the social development arm of the Indian IT BPM industry body NASCOM. He was there for over 4 years. He has a very rich experience spanning over 32 plus years, and he has actually helped NASCOM Foundation move to newer heights, and he has created a huge impact in the lives of a lot of working professionals. And he's here now with Task to ensure that the skill levels and knowledge levels of the faculty, who in turn go on to teach the students, is enhanced. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us this opportunity. And over to you. If you may throw some light and share your thoughts on this, then we would get started.
Thank you very much, Bernie, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, all the faculty members from across the colleges in Telangana who have enrolled for this program. It's indeed a pleasure for me to be present amongst all of you today. As we launch this FDP program on artificial intelligence and deep learning, I'd also like to thank 360 Digi, TMG, Ajit, Bernie, Sharat, and Shirish for taking out time and actually arranging for this program. Really appreciate it, guys. And I think we already know that this year has been announced as the year of AI by the Honorable IT Minister Shri KTR Ramarao Garu in the beginning of the year itself, where it said 2020 will be the year of AI. And we had started gearing up for it even before that. Also, we had started with an FDP on AI. And I think probably what we are able to do through this, and as they say, and Winston Churchill said, you should not let a crisis go without converting it into an opportunity. So we at Task have been converting each and every opportunity that we are able to get to further enhance the skills of all our faculty members and our students through various virtual programs. And I would like to compliment the faculty who have gone online in such a short while, almost immediately as soon as the need arose. And I would like to also, mention that, yes, it's important these days, and probably as we see the COVID situation, physical distancing, I probably would like to use that word instead of the standard word which is used everywhere. Socially, we need to get more connected, but physically we have to be distanced, and that's where the need of the hour is. In a contact-free, contactless economy, if we look at it, a lot of things have already started changing. A lot of things will change. And if you look at it, digital commerce is very first thing which will happen. And when we say digital commerce, there are multiple things under it. Second thing which will move on is towards telemedicine, and medtech will get a great boost. And the third, which is the most important out of the entire thing, is automation is here to stay. It's an irreversible change. Having said that, I would like to further mention over here that IR 4.0 was actually on the anvil. Things were about to happen, but only thing is probably this pandemic has really brought it much faster, accelerated the whole pace itself. Couple of things which the industry today is witnessing as far as the top 5 trends, which are there as far as consumerism is there is a shift from purchasing anything online to value and essentials. So today, a lot of people are looking at value and essentials. The second thing that has happened is there has been much more focus on purchasing things digitally and on an omni-channel, which also brings in the next trend, which is shop to loyalty. So a lot of people are changing their brand loyalties as they go online. If it is not available with one brand, they move on to the other one. The next thing is health and caring has become most important. So you are looking at methods and methodologies where lesser and lesser exposure is there to people going out. And the last but not the least is home body economy, which is you want everything to be delivered at home. Most of the people are in software companies, etc., are working from home. And this all is only possible in case if we look at how the organizations have actually molded themselves, how they have started working, and artificial intelligence is playing a huge part in it. I think the shift that has happened is we need to understand as to how things were happening before the pandemic and how they are happening now. Where if you look at even the manufacturing organizations, etc., earlier if 10 people were supposed to do the job working every day, now due to the norms, only 50% are coming on the shop floor. And for the production not to go down, the only way you can meet the targets is in case if you use automation into it. And that's where the whole thing is changing. So, understanding the business challenges and translating it into mathematical ones is where the biggest case for AI is coming in a lot of industries. Understanding data is also becoming more and more important and relevant. Not only understanding, but preparing it and cleaning it and using different predictive models to be it using R or Python or any of these, so that you're able to develop new tailored approaches for solving those business problems. Testing and fine-tuning of those models also becomes very, very important. And of course, once this entire thing is done, deploying of it. But the biggest challenge today is that world over, there's a huge demand. And today, if you look at it, of people, so a lot of AI, ML is required by a lot of people. In fact, if you look at half of the work that was happening during the drug discovery or the vaccine discovery, a lot of data as well as AI has been used in this entire process itself. So just to mention over here, the reason why I'm talking about all these things is that the demand for AI ML will only grow over the years. If you look at how the hiring strategy is being worked out right now, a lot of organizations, and we have been doing these webinars, career counseling webinars, career talk series, expectations of the industry post COVID, and most of the industries that we have spoken to are now talking about virtual interviewing techniques and using software for doing the screening part of it, which also is being done through AI as well as machine learning and deep learning kind of algorithms. So the demand for this kind of work is only going to grow multifolds. While people might talk about people being laid off, etc., I think it's important for us to skill ourselves in areas which are here to stay. And definitely, having worked ages ago, in fact, artificial intelligence and deep learning, etc., are not new words. Right from 1960s onwards, they have been into, they have been spoken about. And when I used to be, talking about or teaching artificial intelligence, it was just fuzzy logic had just come in. So, and the machines were not as, their capabilities and capacities were not as what they are right now. And you could only do, fuzzy logic was the new thing that had come at that time. You had story-based logic and so on and so forth. But it has moved on such a lot that when I, 2 years ago during the global IT summit over here in Hyderabad, when Sophie had come and I got an opportunity to speak to Sophie's creator, I only asked one thing, that if Alan Turing was alive today and he would ask Sophie as to, how things have changed and what is AI today, all he said was endless possibilities. And that's really becoming the fact today, the truth today. And to all the faculty members, I would like to compliment you that you have taken the first step towards understanding AI and ML today by becoming a participant in this program. And I do hope and urge and implore you that please post this training, do conduct similar trainings for your students, because the industry requires the trained people, the resources who are well versed with artificial intelligence, deep learning, RPA, etc. And we at Task are committed to ensure that we bring more and more such programs to you through whichever medium, and would like to compliment and thank 360 Digi once again for coming forward to arrange this program. Thank you, Bernie, for this opportunity, and I would like to thank all the 360 Digi team as well as the Task team for arranging this and providing me with an opportunity to express my views on this occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Srikanth, for your presence and for the thought provoking words. Thank you so much. We will certainly live up to the expectations.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right. Thank you all so much, faculty members, for joining in. The fact that you all have enrolled and joined the session is in itself a proof that you all are very interested in learning artificial intelligence and deep learning. Before we get started, and before I introduce myself and explain about the kind of artificial intelligence applications which we have built, I want to tell you that a couple of quick things which I want to, explain here is that I am using a very fast internet, because these questions keep coming in that you're not able to hear me, you're not able to see the screen. Just to clear the air, I want to prove that I am using a very high-end internet, 100 Mbps, and you will see the entire 100 Mbps when it comes to download speed and upload speed. If you are not able to hear me, chances are high that there is a problem at your end. I request you all to please check the audio settings if you're not able to hear me, and check your internet settings. Another thing is, we are also YouTube live, and you will find a sticky note, a yellow color sticky note. On that, we have placed our YouTube channel link. You just need to click on that, and you would be able to watch the session live on YouTube. Okay, so I would rather also paste this link in the chat window. Okay, and towards the end, we will give you a link wherein you need to register. There are a couple of things which will happen here. You all will be given access to our WhatsApp groups, right? So we'll be posting a link. You'll have to click on that and then you can join the WhatsApp. And we also have the list of the registered faculty members. We would also proactively adding you to the WhatsApp group. Just in case you guys miss out, that's how we are going to ensure that you all are added to a WhatsApp group and the further conversations will happen in that. Okay, and another thing is attendance. Towards the end, we will also post a link wherein you need to provide your attendance. To be able to get the certificate, you will have to provide your attendance. Okay, and yeah, please make best use of the YouTube link also simultaneously. Even before we get started, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Bharani Kumar, and let me show you my profile. I am pretty active on social media, LinkedIn. I'm not that active on Facebook, but I have a decent account over there. I happen to be Industrial Revolution 4.0 implementer, chief data scientist, and a technology advisor on 4 different firms. I am an alumnus of Indian School of Business and IIT Hyderabad. I have 15 years of experience. I started off working with HSBC, then ITC Infotech, Infosys, and the last company with which I worked as an employee was with Deloitte. What do I do now? Recently, we have launched a book, right? And yeah, that is on data science and AI. I'll go to that and show you. I am a director of Innodatatics, Innovation Data Analytics. I would also quickly speak about the kind of work that we do in the space of data science and AI. I happen to be an advisory committee member of Sixbus, which is a Malaysian company. I do consulting for them in the space of AI and big data. I happen to be a chief data scientist on a company called as Brontobite Analytics, which happens to be a startup in the space of life sciences healthcare. I am a chief data scientist on Athena Technologies as well. These 3 roles are consulting roles, and I am a director, full-time director of Innodatatics, and I happen to be a full-time director of 360 Digit MG. And 4 other companies are HSBC, ITC, Infosys, and Deloitte. And these are my educational qualifications, and I have bunch of international certifications ranging from Agile PM, Project Management, DSDM Attern, to Lean Six Sigma Green Black Master Black Belt, Risk Management, Project Management, ACP from PMI. I'm a certified Scrum Developer, Product Owner Professional, Scrum Master, and Tableau Certified Professional. And here is my profile, just in case you feel that it makes sense to connect with me. I'm well connected to 1600 plus CEOs of various companies, and there are 1200 plus HR heads who are connected with me on my profile. So just in case you feel you want to connect with me, there we go. And someone is asking for the YouTube link as well. There we go. And let me also briefly speak about the bunch of things that we have done. Okay. So we have launched a book which is Become a Practical Data Scientist 100-Day Challenge. We keep doing projects for the likes of Coca-Cola, Korean Airlines, Yatra, Tata Trust, Hindustan Unilever. These are all a few of our clients. Okay. And we keep doing projects for them. We also have international accreditations from the best of the universities across the globe, including University Technology Malaysia, which is globally ranked in 187th position. Not to undermine the IITs, because I am an IITian, not to undermine the IITs from India. I'm not sure why, but none of the IITs are in top 200. Okay, and UTM is there in 187th position. So getting that accreditation is a very good thing for us as a company, for us as a country as well, right? And of course, we also keep posting quick snippets, 2 minutes, 3 minutes max videos, so that within 20 minutes you get a gist of all the data science project management methodology aspects. And we have also built an AI driven attendance tracking system, which also has a thermal sensor which will track the attendance, which will track the body temperature. So let me tell you, if you use biometric system, chances are high that you might spread virus and flu, right? So we have come up with video analytics using artificial intelligence, which would scan your face and automatically track your attendance. If you're a visitor or a security personnel or a staff, it would track. We also have thermal sensor, which would scan your body and capture the body temperature. If you have greater than 100 degree Fahrenheit, then it's not going to allow you. And all this information automatically gets captured in the tracker. Automatically, the details are sent to your HR manager, reporting manager, etc. And it will also track the behavior of the person on whether you're sad or happy or very happy, delighted. The mood of your staff can be captured, and not can be captured, it is captured as part of this product that we have. We have deployed this product in Coca-Cola, and we are working with them on Industrial Revolution 4.0. Artificial intelligence and deep learning is a key component of Industrial Revolution 4.0. We have also partnered with Panasonic, and do you know what? We are the only EdTech partner in the country whom Panasonic India Innovation Center has shortlisted. Okay, and that I'll explain briefly about the kind of use cases that we brought from Panasonic into our training curriculum. We also have accreditation from IBM, Panasonic, UTM, City and Guilds is UK's #1 accreditation body, and we have an accreditation with them also. We have during COVID-19, as soon as COVID-19 started, because 4 months back we have done this, we have built a model to predict COVID-19 cases using AI. And we have achieved an accuracy of 98%, and we have delivered this in collaboration with Apollo hospitals. It was very well taken. People from South Korea, they were just surprised by the kind of quality that we have brought into this product. But then, based on Indian government's directive, we did not do anything further on this, because Indian government directive was clear that no organization should do anything pertaining to COVID-19. So we just stopped there. And we have Shubha, one of our AI trainers, instructors, and a consultant with Innodatatics. She has worked on this project. And this is all about alongside a few of our past participants. So we keep giving our past participants internship opportunities. This was done for government, wherein the moment a vehicle goes through this bounding box, it will automatically track and automatically record on how many vehicles have passed through this. Not just how many vehicles, my dear friends, it will also capture which vehicles. And if you just look at that, heavy moving vehicle multi-axle, two vehicles crossed the signal. Heavy moving vehicle 1, light moving vehicle 11, medium vehicle 3. If this information is shared with Roads and Buildings Ministry, then Roads and Buildings Ministry would look at the flow of traffic, and if the flow of traffic is more, they would maybe widen the road, or they can worst at least put a traffic signal so as to regulate the traffic. We have also built, you all are aware of Paradise Biryani. Who doesn't, right? We have built an AI driven chatbot for Paradise Biryani. And there will be a QR code. You just need to scan that. You can open the chatbot, and you know what? You can place an order for your biryani sitting at your table, and the food would be served at your desk. Right? So these are uh, this is one of the amazing applications that we built. One of our participants from Malaysia, because we have our office in Malaysia also, she, along with a few other people, they have actually built this model wherein it will put a bounding box around your face, track your gender, and track your emotions on whether you're sleepy or whether you're happy, okay, or whether you're angry, so on and so forth. And we also have our artificial intelligence driven uh, you know AI Spry, which is our learning management system. You all will be given learning management system access to the recorded, sorry, not the recorded, to all the training slides. Okay. You'll be given all the training slides that we use in the training, and you'll be given access for 3 months. So please make best use of that. And on this, we have a lot of functionalities, which a few of them, or I would say those might not be available for you, but you can make best use of the slides that we provide. Let me tell you, this particular AI Spry has recorded videos. But for y'all, recorded videos would anyways be there on the YouTube channel. Okay. I mean, for the rest of your life, you can access. That's the reason why we provide it there. So here, if you have videos on our learning management system, and say you're watching a video and you have a doubt on a specific concept, instead of going to Google and searching for a solution, you would be provided with an AI driven chatbot here. You can just ask questions to the chatbot, and the chatbot is going to respond to you on the answer, just like a tutor or a lecturer or a professor would do, right? When students ask a question, you all respond. You clarify the doubts. In that way, when student watching the video asks a question, our AI driven chatbot will respond. Not just that, we also have behavioral analytics, the video that I've just shown, right? With user consent, your webcam can be enabled, and your webcam will capture your face, your facial expressions, to determine on whether you're active or inactive. And towards the end, it will send you a personalized report saying that congratulations on watching 2 hours of video. But then in these 2 hours, from 14th minute to 20th minute, you were kind of disengaged. You were falling asleep or you were on call with someone else. Do you want to watch only this portion from 14th minute to 20th minute? And the end user who is watching the video can actually click on this, go to that portion of the video. Here, if you have play and this, you go to 14th minute and then watch only that portion of video where you were potentially disengaged, sleeping or on call or whatever be the reason, right? And these are all part of AI's price. Anyways, you'll be given access to that. You cannot use those functionalities, those are paid functionalities, but then the training slides would be made available to you. You all will be given username and password. The moment you enter the username and password, it will appear like this. Now, let me go here. Data science study material in this way, and you'll have the slides which will be available. You just need to click on the slides and you can, hmm, let me just zoom it a bit. You can completely zoom, that's okay, but then yeah, you can click on next and watch all the videos, all the slides. Yep. And now there is one another thing that we have done. We have built an artificial intelligence driven robot. It is there in a Hyderabad office, and if someone wants to visit, do let me know. I can arrange a few of our team members to be there. This robot actually has AI driven capabilities. It would automatically recognize you. It has a camera at the forehead. It will recognize you and it will greet you. Not just that, it will also capture your emotions. And it will say, hey, I see that you're extremely delighted today, kind of. And it will answer a lot of questions with a lot of wit in it, witty responses. Yeah, so that's our AI driven robot. And now we also have hydraulic arms. It will move forward, come back. All those capabilities are there. This is what artificial intelligence is all about. And a few other applications, even before we continue further. And those applications are, we have built AI driven projects in the space of automotive, aviation, life sciences, healthcare analytics, manufacturing, financial services, insurance, energy resources, retail, social media, telecom, and technology, you name it. We have our presence very deep. And as part of life sciences, healthcare analytics, we built a project in predicting the triple negative breast cancer. So let me show you that briefly. I think I need to type sample and then see sample images. I'll speak briefly about this product which we have done as part of Brontobite Analytics, which is a startup, but then let me also touch upon these. So what we have done here is we have used radiology images, pathology images. So I think it's better I draw and try to explain you all. When you go to a doctor, when a patient visits a doctor, and after the complete conversation, doctor will give a prescription to the patient, which neither the hospital, majority of the hospitals, I mean, they do not record the prescriptions. And the patient, to a very great extent, they also do not maintain these records. So this previous health history information is lost. If you cannot measure something, you cannot improve upon that. So what we have done is, in the product that we have built as part of Brontobite Analytics, we have done horizontal projections and vertical projections. And using that, this data, which is handwritten by a doctor, is automatically stored in a database. Automatically, it gets recorded in the database. And then, if doctor feels that patient has traces of cancer, doctor will say, dear patient, you have to go visit a radiologist. Radiologist is a doctor, MBBS, proper doctor, who would have done specialization in radiology. So this radiologist would actually look at your images, radiology images, mammography images, if it's breast cancer. And then radiologists would analyze those images. And if radiologist feels that there could be traces of cancer, it's suspicious. So this is how it will be. Dense suspicious, dense normal, malignant, benign calcification. Benign means no cancer, malignant means cancer. So if I were to open this, come up, it's still taking a while. Not sure why it's taking so much of time. It should ideally open swiftly. Yeah, yeah. So here, if you look at these traces, for example, these traces here like this, these are called as micro calcification, like calcium deposits, basically. Those could be cancerous or non-cancerous. Your typical data science will not help it. You need deep learning algorithms, and deep learning is the future. Gone are the days where people used to learn linear regression, logistic regression, and all that. People are now focusing on deep learning algorithms which can analyze any kind of data. Okay, so radiologists would look at your image, and if radiologist feels that, do you know what? I'm not 100% certain that you have cancer, but I'm certain that there is something very suspicious. Then radiologist will ask you to go to pathologist. What would the pathologist do? Pathologist would put a needle and prick the needle bit of tumor. They will put that on a glass slide, put a solution onto that and spread it. Either they take the image of this or put this under microscope and analyze on whether there are cancerous, cells or not. One image is worth 1.5 GB. One image is 1.5 GB. You cannot open it on your typical computers or softwares. And let me show you how that appears. So what we have done is we have broken down the image. If this is your complete image, for instance, pathology image, we have broken it down into multiple slides, multiple tiles or slides, however you want to call it. And each tile was then analyzed. And the images that I'm going to show you is each tile. See, one more thing I keep telling my dear faculty members, that I believe in practical delivery, not the theoretical stuff wherein I train theory and then it's all theory, right? We don't know the practical applications if I keep training you all on theory. So this is your pathology image. This is exactly how it appears. And these are all examples of malignant, means cancerous. Of course, pathologist is a proper MBBS doctor who is specialized in pathology, right? And then what happens is these two reports of radiologist and pathologist, you take it to oncologist. Oncologist is a doctor who is specialized in cancer. This doctor would actually tell you on should you go for surgical removal of the tumor, or should there be a chemotherapy session which is to be provided to you, right? So oncologists will suggest that. In this way, there are a lot of examples. Another example is in the space of telecom and technology, wherein what we have done is we have started flying. This is for a client in Malaysia. Okay. We started flying drones on top of the telecom towers. These drones would capture the videos and images of the tower. And then you quickly do some kind of image processing to determine whether any of the component is faulty or not faulty. A few components will have sensors. Using that you can determine, but a few components will not have sensors. So you just fly your drone, you classify, you capture the images, and based on that you decide on whether the component is faulty or not. If you have say 100 telecom towers, if you want technician to climb up, check all the components and go down, frequently you want to do, right, at the period of 1 week or 2 weeks, etc., at a frequency of 1 week or 2 weeks. So that would be a costly affair if you want someone to climb up and go down. Hence we have flown drones and we have done this. I'll speak more about drone driven cultivation and the projects that we have done. Manufacturing, energy and resources, retail, you name it. In the space of manufacturing, we are we are doing a project for Coca-Cola, wherein in Coca-Cola Aminpur plant in near Miapur, Hyderabad, right? You'll have machines. They have a few industrial IoT sensors, but they don't have all. So we also installed a few industrial IoT sensors, such as vibration sensor. Because if your machine vibrates in a specific manner, it might break down. You'll also have sound sensors. If your machine is giving you a weird sound, then it might break down. Vibration sensors, sound sensors, filler sensors, blower sensors, temperature sensors. A lot of sensors were used. All these industrial IoT sensors would generate data. And you collect the data and put it on a SCADA system. That's like your industrial computer, a computer attached to your machine. Think in that way. Industrial PC or industrial computer. Or you can store it on cloud, like Amazon Web Services, etc. Once you get the data onto the cloud or wherever be it, you take the data and you use Python or R, whatever you want to use, and you build predictive model. This predictive model will send alerts, SMS alerts. To whom? To technicians. Okay, to technicians who are on ground. These technicians will actually go and fix the issue even before it goes wrong. If really, if some component might fail, they are going to quickly fix that. And the proactive alerts could be something like this, that your component might fail in the next 3 hours. So quickly your technician will rush and then fix the issue. If that's a false alarm, meaning technician might say, "Hey, I went and checked your machine. There is nothing wrong. Everything is hunky dory." Then they are going to give a feedback saying that it was a false alarm. And then you, as a data scientist or AI expert, would update your model periodically. So it's an ongoing process. This is called as preventive maintenance. Okay, a lot of people from mechanical background, electrical background, electronics background, they keep asking me these questions on, hey, is AI valid for us? Are we eligible? Absolutely, my dear friends. I mean, if at all there is anyone from mechanical background or electrical or electronic background, you will fit like a T when it comes to data science or AI. It is industry agnostic. It is applicable to all the industries, no matter what. Okay. So make best use of this. In these kind of projects, we prefer those kind of students with mechanical background, electrical or electronics background, because their role is important. Of course, people from IT and computer science are anyways valid, but these people are also valid. They are valid in automotive, energy and resources, etc. One more project which we have done way back in 2017 for a gold standard company in India. Let me show you this. That's my name, author Bharani Kumar. That will be the first project on Project Management Institute website. Oh, come on. Why is it not moving? Sorry. Yeah. So here, what is a project management methodology that we have applied? And what are the various deliverables, so on and so forth, is also something that we have used. And here we go. So if there is a truck which is transporting the goods from one point to another, say from point A to point B. It could be something like Hyderabad to Delhi. And if your vehicle breaks down midway, then you will certainly call the nearest service center. So, and if your vehicle is under warranty, it is a warranty cost to original equipment manufacturers. So, someone who has manufactured the truck. And if your vehicle is under insurance, you will claim insurance. So it's a cost to the insurance firm also. So what we have done is we have placed industrial IoT sensors on the truck. These industrial IoT sensors are called as TCU or ECU, telematics controlling unit or electronics controlling unit. This will be placed on the truck, and the truck on the move would generate data of critical components and transmit over telecom provider network and place it on cloud. Back then in 2017, machine learning on cloud was not very famous. And what we have done is we have taken the data from cloud and we have done two things: descriptive analytics and predictive analytics. As part of predictive analytics, we predicted on whether a vehicle is going to break down or not. If it is going to break down, then after how many kilometers will it break down? And which component will it break down? Trust me, if you read this, You'll just be surprised on the kind of various things that we have combined together: industrial IoT sensors, cloud computing, artificial intelligence. And what are the various departments? What are the various key stakeholders who were actually benefited? Is umpteen in number. You have to read this and you'll simply be surprised. And there are a lot of such things which are available, and you can make best use of that. All right. Next key thing. Even before we get started, I wish to show you something very interesting. So here, as part of this vehicle breakdown, I was saying that, you know what, we have used industrial IoT sensors, cloud computing, and artificial intelligence, a combination of those, which is the perfect combination even today, right? Wherein you combine the strengths of IoT, cloud, and AI, industrial IoT sensors, plus the strength of cloud computing, okay, and you also combine it with artificial intelligence. And then you build amazing, you know, solutions when you can combine the strength of all these things. Then I was saying that if you go to 360 digit MG, let me go back and show you that. Here you will see something called as mind map. If you click on this mind map, you will have a lot of mind maps when you do a drop down. The area of interest for us would be AI and deep learning. When you click on AI and deep learning, you get here, click on that. Okay. And here you will get a high level overview of entire artificial intelligence and deep learning. The reason why we have named this as practical AI is because we have this project management methodology called CRISP-DM. CRISP-DM stands for Cross Industry Standard Process for Data Mining. As part of this, there are 6 stages. Stage 1 is understanding the business problem. Stage 2 is collecting the data based on the business problem. Stage 3 is cleansing the data. Stage 4 is data mining or machine learning. Stage 5 is model evaluation, and stage 6 is model deployment. Let me give you a basic example on how to understand the business problem and how to proceed further. Okay. I keep giving this example of a bank because it is very easy to understand. Okay. And then I will also give you example of agriculture. Let me give you an example of bank. Okay. Here, say, uh, loan department head walks up to you and says that, my dear artificial intelligence experts, I have a problem to be solved. Then you check on what that problem is. And the loan department head would say that, do you know what? Significant proportion of customers who take the loan are defaulting on the loan. Significant proportion of customers are defaulting on loan. If significant proportion of customers are defaulting on the loan, then how would you help this particular bank resolve this issue? Okay. Even before you proceed further, once you have the business problem, the first step is to understand the business objective on what you want to achieve. And also, you need to lay down the business constraint. Business objective and business constraint. Business objective here is, since significant proportion of customers are defaulting on the loan, you might want to minimize the number of defaulters. So you'll say, okay, let me minimize the loan defaulters. So what would you do? You will build an application, say, wherein you'll have the database with all the details of all the customers who have applied for the loan, right? All the customers who have applied for the loan until now. And whenever there is a new customer who applies for the loan, you capture the details such as age, education, gender, all those details. And using this data, say you will use Python or you will use R, and then you're going to build a predictive model. A predictive model, which will then predict on whether a person will default on the loan or not default on the loan. Whether a specific customer who applied for the loan, will that person default or not? If this customer says that, or if the model predicts that for this customer, there is 90% probability that the customer might default on the loan, then my question to you all is, would you approve the loan or would you reject the loan? What would you do? Let me put this as a poll question. Poll question coming your way on what would you do. Let me see. Poll question here. I'm going to put a new poll. Will you approve or reject the loan? Let me see how many of y'all will be rational at thinking and then responding. Do not worry, we will not track this, so you might want to try out. We will not track on how many correct, wrong, who is answering, nothing. Okay, you're free to answer this. Yep. So for this question on, would you approve the loan or reject the loan? Can you let me know on what would you do?